Make a daily moisturizing spray for your child's hair. This is highly requested. Of course, you're going to need an aloe vera leaf plant, which you can get from your local grocery store. If you have a strainer, wonderful. If not, just use a wig cap or nylon stocking cap like that. A pair of scissors, some type of container, measuring cup if you have it, spray bottle, and yeah, useful items you can find around the house. If you don't have a blender, just use a food processor. But these are the items you need. Stay tuned and let's get going. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use a knife. If you don't have a sharp knife, that's okay. A butter knife will work. A sharper knife will give you a more precise cut. These edges are very pricky along the end, so be careful. I'm going to go ahead and slice off that end piece and throw it to the side. Look at that ooey gooey gel. That is the good stuff. That gel is what we're going to turn into our great juice. Ooh, nice and gooey. If you don't like gooey stuff, you might not want to keep going because it is going to get pretty gooey. All right, so and continue cutting out your slice. So since you're making this for a child, this section would be just enough in order to fill your bottle when you're cutting off those pricks. You want to glide the knife down and you want to cut off the skin of the aloe vera leaf. Very important. Look at that gooey stuff. Yes, that is the magic. Now you're going to take a spoon and you're just going to scoop that gel up. After you scoop the gel up, I have a cutting board that I'm using, so I'm just going to put that gel to the side on the cutting board. If you don't have a cutting board, you can scoop the gel up and put it directly into your blender or food processor. It's just easier for me to go ahead and just slap it there onto the side as I scoop and just put it over. Look at all that gel. Honestly, guys, I just love aloe vera gel because it is so moisturizing and the results are so bomb. So after I've scooped up a good amount, look how gooey and ooey it is. You go ahead and you plop that again into the blender or food processor you have. And that's a good amount actually right there if you are using this to make it for a child. If you want to make enough for you and your child, just go ahead. I'll show you quickly. Skin off the rest of the aloe vera leaf with a knife, nice and carefully. Be very careful as you glide the knife through. You'll skin off the rest of the leaf, and as you do so, it'll slide off easily. You'll go ahead, you'll peel that portion back after you've skinned it, and you're going to take the spoon and you'll do the same exact process. You'll scoop out the gel off of that long end piece of the leaf and you'll put the gel right into the blender like you did the last sections or pieces. Still being sure to be careful, okay? So I use a spoon because it's just easier. I wouldn't use a knife in order to scoop it, guys, because that just seems a little bit more dangerous. So yeah, definitely try and use a spoon. I go ahead and I finish placing those gel pieces into the blender as much as possible if you're trying to make a larger portion. Get those clumps in there. The more gel, the better, I suppose. And here's a better look inside so you can see the amount I have in there. So it's really not a lot, but now really important, you're going to get just enough water to cover right above the gel pieces you have. You don't want to put too much water in there. That's really important, guys. So as you can see, I filled just enough water that's above the gel pieces, and that is all that I need. So I'm zooming in here so you guys can really see. Again, just enough water to fill over the gel pieces. Okay, so now that you have your water above the gel pieces, as you can see, I have a little stem in there, so I'm going to take that out before I blend. Make sure if you've gotten any of the skin in there, just take that out. You don't want to blend any skin. I put my blender on with the top on, of course, and I start to blend up my gel. So you're going to blend it nice and good. It may get a little foamy because of the gel consistency. That's perfectly fine. You don't need to blend it very long. It doesn't need to be completely liquefied, but just enough so that the gel is somewhat broken down. So I'm blending it for a little bit here, and it looks good enough to me to where I can stop blending it. And now I'm going to want to transfer it into a bowl or a cup, any type of plastic cup, glass cup, anything you have. Listen, if you have a strainer, perfect. You would simply pour this in and strain it. If you do not have a strainer, take that stocking cap or if you have pantyhose, cut them and create a stocking cap like this. You got to get inventive and budget friendly, people. Go ahead, put that over some type of cup. Or I know a lot of people have this plastic cup. That's why I'm showing this too. I don't want you going out and spending a lot of money thinking you have to get these exact cups. That's why I'm showing you different options. So if you have this, you go ahead and put your cap over that. And this can be a home do-it-yourself strainer. Pour that aloe vera liquid over the cap, and you see it's creating its own strainer, like your own filtration system. And what happens is it's doing its own filtration, and the gel is being caught. This is important that you remember to do this step. If you do not strain this way and just put the aloe vera juice from the blender directly into the spray bottle, you are going to get chunks and lumps in your child's hair or your hair. And you're going to be very upset when you have white flakes and gooey stuff in your hair after it has settled and dried. Because look at this. If you see that right there is still gel that is in the aloe vera juice. All of that would have been in your hair and you would have been really ticked off. So that's why this step is really important. Make sure you're using some type of strainer or some type of pantyhose, wig cap, something to strain your aloe vera juice after you've blended it. So I'm giving you a look here. Do you see all that gooey gel that's still in there even after we've blended it? That's why this is important, guys. You don't want to cause yourself any agony or stress trying to get this stuff out of your child's head. So finish off and pour all of that good stuff in there so it can continue to strain, filter, whatever you want to call it, and the juice is now gathering at the bottom. As an added step, I kind of do this 2 times. So I'm letting all the good juice come down to the bottom there. And the next thing I'll do is just strain it again. So I'm going to put it over the clear cup, and that'll be able to show you guys a little bit better as the juice falls into the clear Pyrex um, glass there, and you'll see I'm going to gather that juice, and once that's done I'll transfer it over into my spray bottle. So I just kind of do a two-step system. You don't have to, and again, like I said, if you have an actual strainer, then obviously you would just strain it straight out of the blender and put it into this bottle. So these bottles are really good to have because they already have, you see that little cap on the bottom? It's like its own little filter there. I could try to get a little close up here for you guys. These spray bottles are really good to have because it's like an added security that it's going to go ahead and strain and filter out. So if you absolutely do not have a strainer, absolutely can't find any pantyhose, yes, you can go ahead and transfer your blended juice into this type of bottle. If it has juice, you guys wanted measurements of the coconut oil and authentic Jamaican black castor oil. So I'm putting two teaspoons, of the coconut oil into the mixture. So I already put one. I'm going to put another one. And then I'll put 2 teaspoons of the authentic Jamaican black castor oil also into the mixture. And that is what I do in terms of measurements. So again, 2 teaspoons of the coconut oil and 2 teaspoons of authentic Jamaican black castor oil. The coconut oil I don't really have a preference in which brand I use for that, but the authentic Jamaican black castor oil, I do have a preference, and that link is below in the description box. Okay, so you guys wanted to know about the measurements? Those are the measurements. That's the breakdown. I don't overkill with that. Yes, I know I'm mixing oil and water, and they say don't mix that. If you guys want to separate your oils in a separate bottle, that's up to you, but I put everything together and it still works and gets her hair nice and moisturized. Next, I'm going to go ahead and apply the moisture just so you guys can see how it gets Savannah's hair nice and moisturized. So again, this is something that you can use in your child's hair as a daily moisturizer. Instead of having to apply the aloe pieces to your child's hair and wash it out, you can use this as a daily moisturizer for parents whose children suffer from very dry hair each day. So you would wake up in the morning, go ahead and get your spray bottle after storing it in the refrigerator, and you would spray, spray, spray. So I have my squirt bottle on that setting because I'm trying to get a lot of coverage, but you can make the setting so that it's not spraying so fast and so much. You guys know that. You can alter the setting on the spray bottle. But as you can see, it's starting to transform her hair. and I have a towel around her neck, and literally the spray process takes me less than 5 minutes. It is one of the easiest things that I have to do in the morning. The aloe vera serves as a detangler. If you don't know about aloe vera in general, the reason it is so wonderful is because it has a lot of minerals and vitamins. It stimulates the hair for hair growth. It increases hair moisture levels. This is a clinical proven fact. It retains growth. It prevents brittle hair and breakage. All of this is ideal. Look at her hair. It's soaking up the moisture, but it's also retaining the moisture. So I have no other products in her hair other than the concoction that I've put together with the 2 oils, the water, and the natural aloe vera juice that we've made from the aloe vera gel. So this is why this is so amazing. By the time Savannah gets home at the end of the day, her hair is still moisturized, it's not as dry, and it's lovely. And it makes things so much easier. If you also want to comb your child's hair out, after applying this, this is a lovely daily moisturizer that allows you to do so. I will comb her hair out after applying it so you guys can see how easy it is to get the brush through her hair. But yeah, guys, I just go through and I apply that spray. Again, she's completely unbothered. I'm fluffing her hair out and I'm using my fingers to spread it throughout, and it is the best moisturizer ever. Hopefully, this really shows you in detail how the aloe vera juice serves as a wonderful go-to in terms of a moisturizer. So you can see the spray bottle method is wonderful. It's not loose enough to the point where it's dripping down her face. You want to make sure that you guard their eyes though, okay? Because this is not a product that you want to get near their eyes. So just still be careful, okay? Because I imagine if it does get in their eyes, that could burn. So be cautious and make sure you're paying attention to that. So I've pretty much put it all throughout her hair. I'm able to finger part easily if I wanted to. I kind of just go with a curly style with her because that's her go-to. I can slip a headband on her hair easily. But yeah, guys, look at her curls. Completely moisturized. Bam! Look at that. Glistening. All from this concoction. So yes, I'll show you how I comb it out. Her brush is gliding through her hair. No tangles. Serves as a detangler as well. This is literally ideal. So again, you don't have to use an aloe vera leaf to do this if you don't want to, but if you want to go the most natural route, you can make it that way from the actual leaf. You can actually purchase aloe vera juice from online. You can get it in stores, but hey, why not go the natural route? It's good for you and it's good for your child's hair. And again, that is how you make natural aloe vera juice from the aloe vera plant and the gel. I hope this was useful, and I hope this serves as a lifesaver for a lot of you parents who have been messaging me asking for the exact steps. Thanks for watching. We love you guys.